Hello everybody and welcome back to Crusader Kings, where we are currently at 6 of 7 domain, and that is very good, but we do need to work on this boundary dispute scheme. And to that end, what can we bring in here? So the best that we can bring in here for free would be not great. Okay, 13. Noted. The phase length is 60. Okay. So the best that we can bring in here for free is 50. So we'll go with that. That'll be fine. That brings us down to 45, which means we now need 35 here. That'll be absolutely fine. We can bring basically any of these in. This guy would probably be the one we'd go for. So we have one advantage right now. We need to leverage up to 5 here, I think. But let's see what we can do as far as getting these guys in here. 17. Okay, that should be okay. And what else do we have? 12. That's not phenomenal. So for this last one, we would need to get at least 16. So we may have to spend advantages on that. That would be fine. And yeah, this is fine. Let's see what we've got here. We determined that we would need at least 16, right? So, yeah, I think... Okay, stewardship perk is available. Yeah. We're definitely going to want to do that. So 75 would be the minimum for us. So somebody down in here would be pretty much ideal. Like this guy, or actually this lady, would be fine here. We're going to need to build up some advantages. No doubt about that. So we're on 5 advantages right now. Let's go ahead and bring in... It really doesn't matter who we bring in. This guy would be acceptable. Yes. Okay. So we now have minimum length scheme phase duration. That looks good. And then we could bring in this guy. This would be fine. We would need 5 advantages for that. So let's get 2 more advantages here, and then we're ready to be set up with this political scheme. So that looks good. So we can now bring in this fine gentleman here. We can't bring him in with 3 scheme advantages, but we can bring him in with 5. So that looks good, and that is now maxed out. Perfect. So we can now grab, say, golden obligations here. And sure, that's a non-believer secret. Isolate capital, yeah, not too much going on here. Fire in the Drylands needs a worthy successor. There's this guy. He doesn't serve as a knight, even though he's forced to serve as a knight. I don't know what's going on with that one. We can't get a successor because of this. I don't know what's with that. It's very strange. So we finished Hospital Gardens and the Oubliette. So that's good. We want to head into Nablus and absolutely build a workshop here. We're also done constructing in Damascus. So let's go ahead and grab hospices here. And then in our estate, the thing that we really need to be working on is upgrades of these guys, right? We're currently on a level 3 Oubliette, and we need a little bit of gold here to take that up to a level 4. We might as well do that. That seems okay. Very rude. This guy slandered us. Okay. We don't actually care about that right now. It's reasonably fine, but we're now known as the Timid, which, whatever. I don't care that much about that. That seems okay. So I do want to check through some of these locations. We're going to have some amount of gold. This is a level 2 temple. I'd like to get that upgraded, and that would be a thing. This guy started a boundary dispute scheme against the Torma of Damascus, which is this title. He is no longer going to be landed. I wonder if that will still exist. Okay, so surely it won't exist anymore because he won't have a bordering county. I think that'll no longer be valid. So we can hold Haran for ourselves for right now. We could also grant it out. I want to immediately start going after Beirut here. So let's boundary dispute this, and this is going to be pretty much the same situation here, where we need to go for this guy to at least drop this down a little bit, but we really need to get our phase duration up. Okay, 15, yes. And then this would be 15 again. So we need another 15 here. And I'm not sure what that musical sting was. Yeah. Okay, we'll have to bring somebody in. A new governance issue. Okay, yeah, that's what that was. Perfect. So we should deal with that. Where is this? Wait, where is that governance issue? I don't see it. Predatory beasts. Okay. It is, oh, way up there. Okay. There's actually no danger here, so we don't need the captains or the mercenary guards. We can just do this for 4 gold. There's no danger along the way. So let's just start that. That looks absolutely great. We can station a men-at-arms regiment. The question is, do we want to? So over here in Buzra, we currently have heavy infantry boost and cavalry boost. That's a little awkward. So that would end up being these guys here that we would station in Buzra. I guess that's fine. So we can do that for now. We're probably not going to hold that forever. So that's absolutely noted. Also in Buzra, we could work on building this bloomery, which we should do. Okay, blacksmith districts have been completed somewhere. Not actually sure where that was. Tiberius. Gotcha. So we should upgrade the watchtowers here. So our money is being spent pretty down at this moment, and we've got a lot of things going on down here. That's understood. Okay, so this would just be basically for free because of our strategos trait. I like it. So we'll consider that done, and we'd like to build up our influence a little bit more, for sure. So that is definitely a thing we're going to do. We can claim our liege's title, which is hilarious. We may end up doing that a little later on in this life. We'll see how that ends up feeling. I mean, we're doing reasonably well militarily, so that's noted. Okay, we can go inside again. Ah, he granted us the province of Damascus. That's perfect. We knew he would do that, so that's absolutely great. Now, we're at 3 advantages here, and I want to bring in this guy, if he will, but we're going to need 5 advantages to actually bring him in. Okay, so 1 more phase duration here, and we're going to have to grant Buzra away temporarily in order to hold Beirut, unless we want to be 1 over our domain limit. That's maybe not the worst thing in the world. Apparently, we think that he is the most perfect basileus. Okay. Well, he is, he's disfigured, so there's that. Renown, intrigue. We'd get a weak hook on him. Oh, no, we get a weak hook on this guy. Oh. 75 prestige, and our regiment size for all of these men-at-arms would increase by 1. That's actually huge. We'll take that. So that's absolutely fantastic. 150 prestige seems okay. So all of these are oversized, right? We can create additional men-at-arms for these locations as well. So for the province of Damascus army, we can create some of these. Now, we currently have 2 units of cavalry. We've got 3 units of heavy infantry. We've got 2 units of bowmen. And the province of Antioch army is apparently currently loaned, as is the province of Verdun army. Okay, that's fine. So our liege is currently borrowing those. So I'm thinking right now we'd put in a unit of crossbowmen here, and we'll max that out. These are going to be unstationed. We have nowhere to station them for right now, but that's fine for the moment. In Palmyra, we would be able to put in, this is going to be a unit of pikemen. There we go. And then for Damascus, I'm thinking a 2nd unit of trebuchets for the moment. So something along the lines of that. Now we need some gold. And there's some of it, of what we need, but not enough. We definitely want to boost more of this up. We should have enough to do 2 on this next month tick. Almost. But that was what we needed. Perfect. So our brother is losing Palestine right now. That's a concern, but it's not the end of the world. Granaries have been completed, as well as the torture chamber. So we're going to have more constructions that we need to do, of course. And there's a silk weaving atelier finished up. Okay, that is absolutely great. We're going to need more gold. But first I want to hop in here and get something upgrading. Monthly martial lifestyle experience. Plague resistance. That seems okay. So we'll get going on that. That sounds good. We've got 7 advantages here, and that, of course, means that we should bring in this guy. There we go. Nice and fast phase durations now. And we can probably bring in a decent intermediary, like either of these would be fine. He has one reason to not accept that, so we're going to need to wait for one more scheme advantage. There we go. And we'll just let that proceed. Perfect. Our counselor died, and he was also our bureaucrat. So that's understood. What is our current phase duration? It's minimum. So we don't actually need anybody here. For the moment, let's see if there's anybody for free. Yeah, you'll do. We don't actually need that guy there. But we do need a new steward, and that will end up being this guy. Okay. So that looks good for now. Now, Gaza, we could maybe get some upgrades in, but we need cash for that. There's a new governance issue, raiding peasants, and that's up over here. Okay. So we'll take that, and we should be able to travel here pretty easily. Yeah, that's very, very safe. Excellent. Learning from the best indeed. Diplomacy lifestyle experience. I mean, no thank you. Okay, what do we got here? Aspiring Blade Master? No, that's not going to be a thing. The odds on that were way too low. 1374 to get an alliance with the Serene Doge of Genoa. That's a lot of gold. I don't want to spend that kind of gold. We don't really need an alliance with Genoa, to be honest. And what is this alliance? Hang on. Okay, we'll get to that in a moment. Good for them. So this is fine. So this guy wants to get an alliance with us. He is not very strong. Where are his titles? Way up over here. I'm going to decline that. I don't think we gain anything from that alliance, to be honest. So, raiding peasants. Excellent. We'll head on back. No problem whatsoever. And we should also execute this scheme. There we go. So Beirut is under our control. And that puts us at 9 out of 7. So that is, of course, a lot. I want to replace this meadows with a blacksmith. There we go. And then we'll grant this out. And we need to hold Beirut ourselves. We're going to be at 8 of 7 for a little bit here. We need to hold this until such a time as we are given the duchy title. So that is absolutely understood. And I'm thinking about what we want to get rid of here. I'm thinking the meadows. So we're going to replace this with blacksmiths for the time being. Okay, that looks fine for now. 75 gold. No, we don't have cash for that. Now, I do want to get this temple upgraded. So we'll get that up to a higher level temple. Excellent. And back home we go. So we just finished up another construction, and 585 gold is a lot of gold, but I am going to spend that. So we're going to get Jaffa converted momentarily. Excellent. We could petition the basileus for something. What would we want to petition him for? We could ask him to give us gold. I think that's what we're really interested in right now. So let's go ahead and do that. And this current travel route would actually be no danger whatsoever. So let's go ahead and do that. Sounds good. Off we go. So we're going to come out of this dead in just a couple of months. I'm not too concerned about that. We do want to be converting faith down over here in Jerusalem for sure. So let's get going on that. That will be absolutely fine. And where did we finish up that construction at? That was in Jerusalem, I think? Okay. Well, we definitely need to have more money to throw at some things. No doubt about that. Okay, we visit the Cilician gates. That is indeed ominous. We are apparently haunted by hostile troops. Okay. So up we go. And we'll arrive at his court soon enough. He is currently converting Acre. That's not ideal. That's a lot of gold. No, we'll rebuff the Turkic warriors. I don't want to spend that kind of gold. We just finished up our bathhouse, and we should definitely continue to work on these upgrades. So I'm thinking right now, let's see, where was that? This one, the political scheme phase length. The courtyard is already constructed. Yes, I want to make it a large courtyard. Excellent. So that looks good. We don't really want to... Well, we could actually take Syria up here. This would be fine to go after. So let's go ahead and... Boundary dispute. We can't do that while we're traveling and petitioning our liege. This is also still on cooldown for about another year. Okay, so we're going to have to wait until we return from traveling to do that. That's good to know. Hospices have been constructed, and we'll get more constructions going soon enough. There's our stewardship perk, and we're going to take It Is My Domain, because we need gold. Okay, so our petition has been accepted. Thank you, my liege. He's going to give us 900 gold. Excellent. And he's considered the generous, so that sounds good. He's gaining opinion of us, and we are gaining renown. Wonderful. So that looks absolutely great, and we have 1,000 gold right now, and he's being attacked by the HRE. Hilarious. What I want to do at this moment is I want to hop in here and find... Extort subjects. Okay, we can't do that while traveling either. Noted. So up in Damascus, we can definitely get a construction going here. This will be the Tunnelers Guild. Looks good. That is fairly expensive, but we absolutely want to have these buildings going. And there's a bellows completed. That is still going to be more money that we need to put into this, of course, and that's absolutely fine. Let's get a stable upgrade going there. It's a lot of money being invested at this moment, but we are getting increasingly powerful off of this. We are kind of insanely militarily powerful right now, actually. Like, if you look at the other people in the realm, we can militarily run over most of these. Even this guy, it considers him superior to us, but I suspect we could win that. Okay, this is fine. The flames will be doused. Cool. So we should be arriving home momentarily now. Stone watchtowers have been built, and our level of influence has gone up, which is very, very good. Okay, beautiful. So now what we need to do is we need to spend some money over here in Tiberias. Let's get this infirmaries building. That'll increase our income. And I want to come up over to this guy right here. So I want to boundary dispute him, but we can't do that for another year. So in that case, we could go for Aleppo. This is one of those situations where we're going to have to hold this until such a time as the duchy is granted, right? You can see here the Duchy of Lebanon not created yet. So this is going to be a bit of a problem for us if we did that. Alternatively, we could come up here. This is all in one county. So that's going to be a problem as well, actually. We can't go for that. We could go for something up here. Actually, we don't. This is impassable terrain. I don't think we border anything here. Okay. This is an issue here. This is an issue here. So we're kind of stymied at the moment until our liege gives us the Lebanon title. Okay. There's just not much we can do there. We can extort our subjects, which we are going to do. And we have a mental break here, and we'll just bite our lip and stay focused. Let's see. County control or county extortion? We're going to take the county extortion. Beautiful. So down here in Gaza, we definitely want to get a merchant hall upgrading. We're going to need more money, though. And that's absolutely fine. So at this point, if we take a look at like the strength of this guy's a lot stronger than we are, but we would have enough strength here to actually probably turn the tide in this war if we chose to. We are not choosing to. The Byzantine Empire actually losing strength up in this area is good for us, so we're okay with that. That is absolutely fine. Has he created this title yet? He might not have like the gold to do it. We'll see. So over here in Jaffa, I do want to get this watchtower building. It's the only construction we can do right now, so we might as well get it started. And our large courtyard has been constructed, as have bloomeries. So we need to get another upgrade going here. This is absolutely going to be the grand courtyard. And we're going to get additional constructions going as soon as possible. We probably have some locations that are not level 3 up this way, would be my guess. These are okay for now. Level 3, level 3. This is a level 2 castle, so getting this upgraded would be good. Level 4, level 3, level 4, level 3. This is a level 2 city. So there's definitely some of those that we should be working on. But we need cash. We just inherited the Barony of Zura, and we do not want to hold this right now. This is not a good thing for us to hold. So we're going to grant that out. We don't want that. Over here in Beirut, we could get a construction going, and, I mean, this is going to be... We're taking a 20% penalty right now because we're over our domain limit, right? So we could do upgrades here. It would probably be beneficial for us. Sure, we can get that going for now. Okay, so that's all fine for now. There is Black Death in the lands right now. Where is this? Oh, up over here. No, Black Death is up here. But it very well may sweep through us here. Oh yeah, that's gonna be a problem. So to that end, we're going to immediately hop into our courtiers here. You're on control plagues? Okay. We have been building plague resistance, things like the hospitals. We don't have one of those in Jerusalem, so that is absolutely understood. We should probably be prioritizing building plague resistance in this moment. So that is certainly noted. Okay, Fletcher's Guild has been constructed, and I don't know where that actually was built in, but it doesn't matter all that much. We're definitely interested in getting some plague resistance put together here. No doubt about that. There's a new governance issue, and I'd like to go grab that quick. Hungry Times up over here. Yeah, let's head on up. Looks good. So off we go. I'm very concerned about this Black Death coming in. It is almost certainly going to be a pretty big deal. Ooh, we'll take some gold here. We lose a little bit of religion from that, but okay. And we are successful. Excellent. As we would expect. Limited border policy is now a thing, so we can't do border expansion for the moment. That will likely change soon. Do we want to change anything here? No, this is fine. Okay. So that looks good for the moment. Now, of course, we've got Nablus here, and I would like to get that hospices upgrading for sure. Let's get that going right now. So we're going to be finishing up in our estate here shortly. Stable Hands quarters completed in Buzra, so we should absolutely be working on our hospice upgrades. Our counselor died in his sleep, and that was our spy master. So we'll put our marshal in here. And then for our marshal, it would be this guy, I guess. Not fantastic stats, but it'll do for now. Okay. Assertive presence, sure. So the real question here is our liege going to give us the Duchy of Lebanon at any time soon? Well, we will see. I want to go into our estate, and I absolutely want to be upgrading the bathhouse right now to boost our plague resistance. So we're going to get going on that. We are very concerned about this Black Death up here. Very, very concerned about this. It is, however, time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we should probably work on getting our succession in order, just in case. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Dark Horse, Ethan Feldman, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge STL, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.